Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and what I got for you today is a review of the Mirarobot S60. What is the Mirarobot S60? Well, it is a 5.8 gigahertz FPV flyer. It does have a 5.8 gigahertz FPV transmitter here, supposedly 48 channel, 25 milliwatt transmitter, NTSC PAL. I haven't been able to select NTSC with this. I'm not sure if it is truly NTSC PAL, but I tried pressing this button. There's the button for changing the channels and the frequencies. I could not find a channel for changing between NTSC and PAL, even though I held it down for like 10 seconds. That didn't do it. It is powered by a 200 milliamp hour battery, 3.7 volt, tiny little thing. 200 milliamp hour battery, mainly intended for indoor flights, although I am going to fly it outdoors today. But the thing that's special about the Mirarobot is it has a selection that you can either fly in an angle mode, which is, they also call that 6G mode, or 3G mode, which is, it does still have gyro angle restrictions where it won't let you flip over, but it flies similar, but not exactly the same as acro, in that if you give it a tilt, it will maintain that tilt until you counter the tilt in a different direction. I used to call it slip and slide flying. That's what I actually learned on many years ago, is flying a 3G quadcopter. They didn't have accelerometers, and that was a big improvement when they was able to include accelerometers, and that created the angle mode. Okay, self-leveling, in other words. So you give it a tilt, and it would sense that it was moving, and then it would counter itself automatically. But again, 3G mode does not do that. 3G mode, again, if you give it a tilt and then let go of the stick, the pitch roll stick, it will maintain that tilt until you counter it. Again, that's simulating, but not exactly the same as 3G mode, in that there's going to be angle restrictions in flight. Probably won't feel the same either, but we'll find out here shortly when I go for a flight. So that's the big advantage of the thing that's being touted for the S60. Let's go over the controls for it before we go for a flight. Very important, the controls are somewhat basic. There's not a lot to remember here. This is a bind button. If you ever lose bind with the quadcopter, you can rebind it again by turning on the quadcopter and holding this button down while powering on the transmitter, and that will rebind the transmitter to the quadcopter. And this button here is for switching between 6G and 3G mode. 6G angle mode, easy flying indoors, and 3G mode, where it's slip and slide mode, I used to call it. And that's it. These buttons down here, this is calibration button. One of them is for calibrating. I think this one is for calibrating the sticks, and this one is for calibrating the quadcopter on a flat level surface. And the trim buttons are actual trim buttons. So that's it. These buttons have no function. So let's go for a flight of the Mirarobot and see how it performs. Hope you enjoyed this flight. Okay, I got everything recording. Let's go for a flight of the Mirarobot and see how it performs. Hope you enjoy this flight. First thing I want to do is I'm going to fly it in angle mode first. Bring it by close to us so you can see it. Then I'm going to land it again. It says to land it before going into, there it is up close so that you can see it. Recording as it goes by me. And let me go back over to the pad again, if I can get on the pad. And then I'm going to hit the unlock button. And that enters into 3G mode, okay? Simulating acro. Let's go back into the air again and see how it performs in 3G mode. Yeah, it feels somewhat similar to flying acro. Actually, not very similar, but somewhat similar. It's a little bit sluggish. You hit those angle restrictions, and then that startles you if you're used to being able to continue on. But we're going to go around the trees and see how it performs. See if I can fly it around these trees in.
Rolling down.
Okay, that battery can't be over by now. I think you'll get that. I'm not sure what happened there. We should still have more power. Let's try it again. Yeah, I got power. It just dropped there for a second. So let's come down a little bit slowly and try to go through the trees. It just dropped on me there. I'm not sure why. Now this. Okay, let's try to get some speed on now. Again, I'm tilting my head up. Oh. Okay, it's really kind of similar to flying acro, but not fully. Especially you hit the angle restriction, and also you're trying to go fast, and it just doesn't want to go fast. It does. It can go fast, but the way I'm trying to go through the trees here. Did it? Okay, I recommend flying this thing slow. In other words, folks, it's not meant to go fast. Okay, I hit. Okay, one more try here. Let's see if we got any more power here. And I'm going to keep it gentle from now on. Forget about going fast. It's not going to work with this one. It is meant for gentle, slow flying. It settles quite easily, though, as you see there. So let's see if I can go through those trees again here. Not for outdoors. Also, it'd be I'm not even going to try to go through the trees. Maybe I should be flying this in angle mode only. 3G mode. It feels a little like acro, but not quite. I guess if you fly this enough, you can get used to it. See, I'm sliding there. This is what I learned on when I was learning to fly originally 3G. It would allow you to, well, it just had angle restrictions that wouldn't let you go any further than a certain point, and then it would stop it. But it would, if you got moving, you would slide, like it's doing here. I guess after a while you get used to it, but this isn't quite the same as acro. It really isn't. It feels somewhat different, especially with all the sliding. You know, but I guess it's, whoa! I don't know what happened there. Probably lost signal for a second there. I'm going back to angle. We're going to finish the flight in angle mode because that 3G mode just does not feel normal to me. Let's see what we can do in angle mode here. See if I can go through the trees now. Yeah, it's better. So if you're a new flyer, fly this in angle mode. If you want to learn acro, this is not the quadcopter to learn acro with. It just does not feel the same as acro, the 3G mode. But angle mode, you can fly it safely and quite precisely in angle mode.
Up.
I'm trying. I'm giving it more throttle. Its throttle's getting higher and higher. That means we're getting lower and lower. So I'm going to start bringing it in. A little 200 milliamp hour battery is not going to give us a lot of flight time. And I'm almost full throttle here, so I should be thinking about landing, and I will, right about there. So that's its flight time. So my thoughts. Let me take the camera back from my wife. There it is. Okay, this was, I guess, an attempt to try to simulate acro flying. 3G really just does not feel like acro, and it's difficult to fly if you're accustomed to acro. Trying to fly this in 3G just does not feel the same. Additionally, angle mode, yeah, this is a great flyer in angle mode. So if you want to fly around your house, if you're a new FPV flyer and you want to try FPV, yeah, this would be great with goggles in angle mode. I would skip the 3G mode. So hope you enjoyed this flight of the Mirarobot S60. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out.